What's up, guys? I'm Josh.
I'm Bria.
I'm Marissa.
And welcome to Let's Plays Animes.
The channel where we cover
Oh, wait.
Anime!
Oh, I was supposed to say that. Okay, here I go effing up already. Okay, okay.
It's okay. The government channel, anime.
animation.
You said the channel where we anime.
Yeah, where we anime.
I mean, it makes
I mean,
sense.
technically the channel where we, My Hero Academia
All the time.
all the time.
And then,
The channel where we All Might, Bakugo, and Todoroki.
and Bria.
And we animation.
And we anime.
And we eventually video game.
Hey.
We did it.
Yes. Somehow, someway, we stumbled down a very steep hill. And
Oh my
landed
god.
alive.
And we snowballed
Alive.
down the hill very fast. But anyways, guys, welcome back. If you guys haven't already, we're gonna get probably right into the episode because I don't remember what happened last episode. That movie like blew my mind too much.
Yes.
Like my expectations for the show now are like,
It's real, honestly.
And I know
way
you guys
better.
are like worried about spoilers, but honestly and truthfully, the movie didn't really like
It
show
didn't.
much.
Yeah.
I was like,
also for those of you who didn't know, we like watched ahead. So by the time you're seeing this video, it's probably even more ahead than the current. Like for example, like when we're recording this, you guys will probably get this like next week at the same time. So, aka, we already watched like the Full Cow episode where Midoriya like learns Full Cow with Gran Torino. Like we watched that before we went to go see the movie. And then when we recorded the movie, I put that out actually the next day, which is weird because we haven't like put the video on the channel where he learns Full Cow yet.
yeah.
So like it just looks to you guys like they're like, you guys are, yeah. We just also did the like the whole
Yeah,
like
Mandela effect.
Mandela
And we're all
effect.
mindful.
And we're
Let's
all
not
like
start.
mind blown
Let's
right now.
not start.
They're gonna be like, was it My Hero Academia or Deku Academia or something like that? They'll be like, it was My Hero Academia. No, that was
Was
never a thing.
My hero or your hero or
Monopoly
Oh my
Man
God,
never had a monocle.
Chick-fil-A was never
Bria.
spelled
I said
Chick.
we're not. I said we're not going there
I
anymore.
was shook. I was so shook. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. But anyways, if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe down below and click the bell button to follow our content.
Yes, be sure to like and share with all of your amigos. Fake and
We're
real.
so ugly.
All your fake and real amigos, because they all count. They all count.
They all
And
count.
follow our personal social medias.
And our Let's Plays Anime social media.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
All of it. Stalker
Ooh.
links for days.
Yes, and if you guys want to follow the Patreon, join the little Patreon family that we have going on the Discord. I love all of them already, but yes, if you guys want to join that, be sure to check out links to that in the description down below. Allows you to do a bunch of extra stuff, like see our episodes ahead. For now, it's 3 days ahead, but 2 days ahead, but it might be a week in the future, so look out for that. And then also you get to see our bloopers and our full reactions. But with that being said, I think we're just gonna get right into Izuki Midoriya, one for all. Now I'm just expecting for him to go like super speed,
I know,
like
right? But we're not
here's
there
the
yet.
movie.
Like, where's Melissa? Like,
I know, I'm so sad that she's not actually a thing.
Me too.
Okay, that could be leaping off buildings.
I love his eyes lit up like that. The green light
Cause
bulb.
Hero Killer Stain versus UA students. Let's
We
get
gonna
it.
see more of Stain.
Yeah. What is that scream?
That's horrific.
Y'all don't have time to be tripping. What the heck?
Gran Torino, no D. They made a typo.
Bruh.
Y'all trying to mess with us.
Yeah. This scream, I can't.
I can't either.
Endeavor!
What?
Let's go.
Oh, I want to see him in action.
Yo, move! Oh, I thought that was gonna slide into him. Oh, damn. Oh my god.
Can you imagine? Just imagine seeing something that looks like that in person. Like how creepy would
Like-
that be?
Ooh. He controls water. Oh my god, you already know. Grown up Sue.
All the parties
Yep.
involved right now.
Notice the animation.
I know. They
Like,
accentuate the eyes so much.
I
and I love
know. And it just makes all the rest of the animation look so much better. That's what this is.
it. Ancient Greek stepped in.
Oh my god. Oh, don't do it. Like, die. Okay, I know exactly what we're doing now.
Ooh.
Ow! Ooh.
why would he do
Dang. He's
Ah!
See, that's a moment where you're like, this is appropriate
Yeah.
reaction.
What the heck? Okay, we thought they were being gory in the movie.
this? Right.
Dang.
Pain is low-key, like, teaching him a lesson.
I just like kind of got chills.
Being taken in by the hatred before you, yeah. Vengeance is not the way of a hero, yeah.
Dang, speaking them
He
facts.
did just-
Okay.
Oh, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Oh.
And his tongue.
Oh! That's so
That must be
nasty,
it.
though.
How you gonna teach him then kill him?
Right. Use this in the next life. Eat a chill. Hey, let's go! Woo, smash! Midoriya, I am here.
He came in silently too.
He said,
Dang, yeah, that was crazy.
look like he's moving that fast, but he probably is, because
He
he's
has
using full cow. And we saw in the movie, like, full cow is hella fast. Dodging bullets.
You're right, the eyes.
Yes, they really focus on
Look
eyes.
at that.
I know, I
That was
love
crazy.
Adrenaline.
that.
Yeah, like,
oh,
so
it
he
has
just-
to be. Yeah, he just happened upon it and
Yeah.
he instinctively just went for it.
Just did it.
Dang.
You're not, shut up, Ida. Stop talking.
Right.
You're lucky that Midoriya got there in time. You've been so dead. Seems kind of bulky.
But that's what makes you a hero.
Right.
Bruh.
You know Midoriya by now.
This man is on the ground, can't move. This has nothing to do with you. What?
That's not the point of being a hero.
I have a duty to kill him. That face. Those of a killer. Oh, my boy, like, text sent.
Mm-hmm.
I need to master that skill, sending text without looking.
I know.
Just think about if you get in a scenario like that. Like, you don't know what buttons you're pressing behind your
I've tried
phone.
to think about it so many times. I'm like, how am I gonna pull that off?
That. Oh, let's go! Oh, what? Let's go! Oh!
Dang.
Oh my god, he's so fast!
5% to
The
try.
choice smash! Ooh. Of course you can, my boy. Wait. No! How?
That little
A
cut.
cut that
kidding me.
small.
Paper
What the?
cut? Like,
I object to this.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah, never? Oh! Todoroki!
Okay.
Oh, he said the text to him. He said you need to give more details.
Ooh.
Okay, he got the fire
Bring
on
in the
that.
heat, literally.
Bring it in. Todoroki, as we learned in the movie, is like the perfect savior power
Uh-huh.
to come forward to. That's hot. Someone's time will be up soon. I will let you kill that outfit. Okay.
I know, I like that outfit. I know.
AIDS. I can keep my distance. Oh, no way. If he can fight Todoroki, like, That's broke.
The problem is
Oh, he threw his
Todoroki
sword?
lacks actual battle
Yeah,
experience.
like battle experience.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's
That's strange. He knows about that life. To block your own view. Oh. Dang. Oh, Midoriya? Okay.
Yeah.
Midoriya can move, but Ida can't? I can move normally for some reason. Okay. Oh, that's correct. Blood curdle. That sounds crazy. Just by tasting. Oh, that just sounds so gross. How do you, when you're a child, learn that that's your quirk?
Oh, from least to most. Always the least.
Hey, you bleeding blood? Let me
lick it.
Yeah. Oh, you can't move that. Guess that's my quirk. You shed too much blood. Okay. We gonna see some combos.
Teamwork.
It's a pretty big risk. Ooh. Okay, Midoriya. Damn. Yeah, he didn't even know how to do the thing the first time. Now he's just like.
Zipping.
Ooh, his mom.
Oh, she apologized. Oh, and that's why he's able to use his fire now.
It is raining. Little Queen, it's raining. You broke my heart.
Oh. Damn, Midoriya. Don't get cut, don't get cut. Okay. Okay, so Todoroki's like covering him with fire and ice. That's tight. That's true. Came to save you, Ida. Yeah, see, everyone's worried. Everyone's focused on protecting, and Ida's realizing that he just went there for vengeance.
I love everyone's motive.
Oh
except
shit!
Ida.
He got cut. Okay. Damn, Stain looks crazy right now.
That tongue.
Woo! Boy said that was a Bakugo move. Putting the arm all the way back.
Where is Bakugo? He needs to be there.
Okay. Aww.
Wow. That was it?
That was a great episode.
That was really good.
That was
It
such
was.
Oh my god.
That's crazy.
First off, Todoroki's bae, not just
Yes.
because he's obviously just bae externally,
Yeah.
but
Externally.
Yeah.
but internally, like oh my gosh, that
You got
must
to
be
see
so
his character
tough.
development a lot.
Yes, and I'm glad that they touched on his mom and his dad, not just his mom, because we were curious on how his mom would grow him as a person. But like the fact that he talked about his dad and exactly why he chose agency, it wasn't just because of the chat with his mom, but because he realized I need to recognize that this man is the number 2 hero. He's not just my dad. He's not just a scumbag. He's the number 2 hero, and I can learn a lot from him.
And that
must be
honestly,
tough.
yeah, that takes a lot of maturity because, like, to put your personal feelings aside and say there's things that I can learn from him, like, that takes, like, you know, a lot. Because a lot of people don't even want to work together with people that they don't like.
Yeah.
But to realize that, like, okay, beyond me not liking this person or beyond me hating this person or not being able to forgive them, like, there's things that I can learn.
It's bigger than
from
me.
them.
You realize, like, it's bigger than me.
Yes.
Right. If he wants to be, like, the best hero that he can be.
Yeah.
And then also his dad has half his quirk, so as far as using his fire, his dad can probably actually teach him
That's the best way to learn.
some really good things.
Which he needs, because at this point he's used his ice his whole life.
Right,
So he doesn't
exactly.
know much about the capability of his flames.
It's a preview. I'm so tired of Ida being like, run away!
I know.
This is not your job.
Oh yeah, wait,
I'm,
this is the
like,
next
curious.
episode.
I
Wait.
know, I'm like,
So wait.
I want to see it. Get away.
Whoa. Odie, get away.
I like couldn't turn my eyes away. I was like, oh shit.
You're like, there's so much going on.
This looks so awkward in the camera.
This looks so...
Like, don't way that.
Like
you
a
look
sign.
like Napoleon Dynamite.
Uh-oh, Marissa.
Doesn't Napoleon Dynamite do this at some point, or like,
bird?
or
Next
something?
next episode. Next episode's name is Climax.
Climax. I'm dead. Shut your mouth.
Don't
Don't even go there. We all know my history. We're not going
We all know my history.
We're not going there.
Bruh. I literally, I feel like the movie, low-key affected how I took this episode.
Same.
Because, if I had seen this episode before, I would have been, twice as hyped. But, the animation quality of the movie was just,
oh my god.
bruh,
I'm watching even closer now.
But hey, seeing the way that they animated Focalin and everything,
Yeah.
your boy,
Yeah.
he looks like yeah, you're watching a animation, a cartoon animation, but he looks like he's his own entity within the animation. Like he looks
Yeah.
literally lit from within, and it's beautiful.
It's like a, kind of like a illumination around his entire body.
Yes, and I love that, and in his
I also love the
eyes,
crackling green lightning, because they do, a very good job, as far as, color schemes,
Yes.
of, using green with Midoriya.
Yeah, and the blue filter where it slowed everything down between him and Stain before he
Yeah.
zoomed under his
So
legs.
beautiful.
Yes.
And then,
I
it
love
just
that.
has, when he does that movement, leaves the lightning behind it. Honestly, it just reminds me of the Flash.
Like
How he
Yeah,
has,
it kinda
the
does, actually,
lightning.
yeah.
yeah, that's actually
The
true.
Speed
I
Force.
I didn't think about that.
I'm a little
but-
disappointed with Ida, just after seeing him so badass in the movie.
Yeah.
And, now, maybe I'm just thinking of that
I-
one combo scene.
I
but,
think the problem with Ida.
Well, I think the movie is placed in between season 2 and season 3, so it's after this.
Oh,
Yeah,
after
yeah.
this.
That-
Okay,
that's the
so
movie,
he works
yeah.
up to there. That's
Yeah.
my timeline's all
Yeah.
jacked.
See, I think the problem with Ida is that up to this point, not thinking about the movie, he's had a very, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for?
Easy life.
It's been very basic. He hasn't had exposure to much quote unquote.
Yeah, he grew up in a private
difficulties.
school.
Yeah, and he had
yeah.
a great family, great older brother that he looked up to, and his older brother was a great example, and that's good. That's why Ida was generally a good person. But I think none of us really realized just how much maturity growth Ida had to do at this point, because you look
Yeah.
at Midoriya, and
Midoriya
he
had a rough life.
Yes, because he had to face being quirkless when the only thing he wants to do
Bullied and everything.
is
Yeah.
bullied, all that.
His
very
mom gave up on him.
yeah, even the doctor said give up now. Very
what?
traumatic emotionally.
I hate that about his mom.
That's
why
like-
give up on him.
That's
Oh.
another point of view too. You remember when we were talking about sorry to skip back to the movie again, but you remember when we were talking about Melissa in the movie, and she's like, I'm quirkless, and he was getting so depressed. And he was like, I'm sorry, and she was like, what do you mean?
Mhm.
I'm fine. And that was just
Yeah.
Midoriya being quirkless and being sad and depressed. That was literally a direct result of his mom giving up
Yeah.
on him, or
Yeah.
his mom didn't really give up on him, but she didn't really provide him the proper support either.
I was kind of mad because him of all people should know it's being quirkless doesn't make you not a hero, not able to be a hero. So why would he say that to her?
I think the
was
problem with Midoriya is he
Well, he
Remember-
internalizes that, yeah.
remember early on in My Hero when who said it? Gosh, my memory. I know someone very important said it. Who said that his idealization of All Might limited his abilities?
Oh, Gran Torino.
Gran Torino
Yeah,
said that?
Gran Torino said
Also,
that
it
his
was recently. I
admiration
felt
for
like it
All
was
Might
so
was
long
a
ago.
shackle.
Okay,
when he
yes,
was,
because
pressing down on
it
him.
is, because
Yeah.
it was a shackle when he was a child too, because he only saw, even though All Might's great, he only saw that as a hero. He didn't get to see what he could have done if he didn't have a quirk, and
Right.
I'm sorry if you guys, haven't seen the movie or you don't want
Right,
anything
we
to be
keep
spoiled,
referencing it.
but it gave him a different perspective, the same way Ida needed to see that perspective of things happening, because, in reality, they're humans that
Right.
have special abilities, and so as a human, sometimes you need to go through something in order to learn.
And your experiences shape who you are and who
Yeah.
you become.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
it's basically even if you and someone else have kind of similar, you're put into the same similar scenario, it really depends on your circle, how supportive your circle is, and how you get
Mhm.
through that and how you move forward. Because there's people that this is a weird comparison, but if you get your whole family killed, right? So let's take two different. Well, there's so
Whoa.
Sasuke, for example, Uchiha clan gets killed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Sasuke becomes evil, mass murdering, doesn't give a f about anyone, and he's just going after his brother, wants revenge. Batman's parents
Mhm.
die, his whole family is essentially dead too, becomes a hero.
Yeah.
So it's just like literally, like, it's just like if you get put in the same situation, like depending on what happens from there, who you have as your support, because I think Sasuke had no one. Basically, and like especially like that's like the worst part is when you have no one and you have all that time to reflect. And like Deku as a child, like I'm sure his mom was there but not there. You know what I mean? It seems like he spent a lot of
to hug him and say I'm sorry,
Right.
I'm sorry, but
and that might have just been one scene. Like he might have just had a bunch of moments where he watched like the All Might clip on the computer by himself in the room in the dark. And so like definitely, you know, when you have a lot more time alone, it definitely shapes that. And that's Ida too. In this situation with his brother, like from the instant that he left the sports festival, he's like alone on that train, thinking about this, thinking about this, thinking about this. Then he's like alone with his brother. His brother's like, I'm not gonna be able to do hero work. Then he's alone, and like when he's with the other pro hero, he's probably just alone in his head. Like he's like, oh, no one understands. No one understands. Like I'm gonna go through this, and then from the instant that he broke away to go fight Stain, he's alone and like overthinking things. So he didn't have like another person be like, you know, and that was good that Midoriya kind of like drilled that into him and said, you know, like you're basically full of shit.
I was gonna say I need him to think more logically because I know he's upset and he wants revenge, but come on, like.
Well, even Todoroki told him to get up,
get
himself up, you know, like because all of them are like, what are you doing, Ida? Like, you're better
Which is
than
funny
this.
because he's like, this quirk is holding me down. You're like, I would be up, but
what's his type? His blood type must be.
He said A.
He has A.
Yeah,
so it goes O A B A B.
I think it's O A B A B. So like the person that should be down the longest is the random hero. Because he's B type.
Want to be Native American?
Yeah, exactly. The want to be Native American. He'll be down the longest, which is like the irony, because like that would give time for like Ida, Midoriya, and Todoroki to fight Stain, and maybe that other hero will do something. But he should be down the longest. Then Ida should be the next one getting up. Midoriya, because Midoriya has been like, Midoriya has been cut twice.
He's the type O,
like,
though.
Yeah, he is O. So
but like, well, like, dang, like, how quick? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the...
I think it's almost ineffective.
I think they said up to 8 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Up to 8. So his must be like a minute or two. Like.
Yeah, his is not very much at all.
Yeah, it has to be like... O was like the least type, right? Damn, like...
I wonder if how
main
much
character
blood,
is a counter.
They didn't say anything about whether, like, how much blood you draw. And
I think they just taste it.
No, remember that paper cut, like...
Yeah, that's why I wasn't
sure
if
what
that
would
be
crazy? Like, that would just make his quirk really broken. Like, as soon as the time runs out, if their blood is still on his blade, he can just lick it again. But maybe it has to be a fresh cut or something. Like,
maybe.
I don't know, there's not much.
I don't know, that's interesting.
Yeah, there's not much, like, they didn't really say anything about that. But, like, I know that definitely while they're fighting, like, he has blood on the blades.
Yeah.
Like, for sure. Like, he
but
could have
it's
just...
like, it gets mixed up with everyone's blood, too. So I feel like it would have to be a fresh liquid.
AIDS!
Yeah.
AIDS!
So much contamination.
Yeah,
Well, can you imagine him sanitizing his blood? It's like, all right, before the next hero I kill, I need to sanitize this to make sure I get, like, a fresh cut. Like, because you can't be having a crusty blade, like a crusty, bloody blade. That's
literally, like, hero survives, and then he's like, and then the hospital hero's like, doctor, I can't move. Doc, help me. Like, he's like, oh, wait, this is not the hero in front of me. I'm about to get screwed over because it's not this that blood.
Look, I don't think that's the way it is because he could keep samples of everyone's blood and just lick it whenever he wants to look.
I mean, maybe he's just very careful about what weapon he cuts people with because like he has all those weapons on him and stuff like that, and he cut Midoriya with a small knife thing, and then he threw a knife at Todoroki's face that cut, and then he has, like, Todoroki has, like, 2 knives in his arm, I believe, that he threw at him, or maybe, like, I don't remember if he was shaking everybody. He was good with those, Call of Duty throwing knives, throwing them all in Todoroki's arm.
What is your quirk shaking?
Right, exactly. Knife.
Where's Gran Torino been?
They're fighting the Nomu.
They're still fighting? So
I think all this is like a typical, like, I know you haven't seen like a lot of anime, so this is like a typical anime scene where they show a bunch of stuff, but everything's happening simultaneously.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like a progressive thing moving forward. But I know like Endeavor burned that Nomu, so maybe that Nomu's dead.
I wanted to see more of Endeavor in action.
Yeah,
he
hopefully.
did say that on the way. Todoroki said they're on the way. He was like, they'll be here shortly.
Yeah, because he basically was like, oh, I let the other heroes know before I got here. Which was low-key smart, because he deduced... And that's what I like about the students. They're all so smart. And Ida's just, like, he's smart, too, but, like, he's just... like, he's blinded.
He's very book smart.
His judgment is clouded right now.
Yes, his judgment's clouded, and all of them, I mean, most of them are kind of lacking some type of, like, reality exposure to actual hero versus villain
like
situations.
Situational, yeah.
Exactly, so they need exposure to situations like this, all of them. But I think Ida especially hasn't really faced anything like this, or faced an emotion like that at all. So first for him, he's gonna learn, or he learned.
And honestly,
sure.
that's like when you're the most clouded, when you're dealing with a negative experience that you've never dealt with before.
Yeah.
Because you don't know how to go about it and how you should be approaching things. So you almost have like a more negative response than someone who's been through it before and just goes through it again or something.
I think this will teach him though. Like he's working through it now. He's looked at everything. After what Stain literally schooled him, like, bro, here's what you should be doing.
And that's funny that like Stain is like supposed to be the villain or like the opposing party, but Stain is like, save that guy first.
But I
He's
understand his ideology.
Right.
I totally get it.
And his ideology is kind of like being a villain for the sake of turning other... Like, he's a hero creator.
Yeah.
Like, just like Shigaraki was saying. And and he was like, this guy seems like a true hero. Like, you're good. I'm gonna kill your friend, though. And he's like, you're like, nah, boy, you ain't about to kill my friend. Like, what? He's like, you know, and in some ways, like, Stain's ideology is good. But in some ways, it's also, like, completely fucked.
Well, I mean, of course, no, I completely agree with the way that he's thinking about all of this. But obviously, I'm not going to condone him killing people.
Right.
But, like, you can't condone that. But he is a villain that you can respect in that aspect.
And I do like him. Even after he's, like, shanking everybody, I'm like, okay, I still have respect
like,
for you,
and that just throws in a comparison to him and Shigaraki. Like, I completely don't respect Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Because Shigaraki's just like a spoiled brat child. Like, I want what I want when I want it.
I can destroy whatever I don't like, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, sure. He was like, sure, take 3 no's.
Yeah.
Like, sure, have $1 million. Go get the car you want.
And then Stain's like, even when they were, like, talking about it, like, Stain was like, I'll fuck your shit up, too, and you're a villain. Like, technically, villains shouldn't have a reason to fight each other. But he's like, we do have something in common. We want to change this world. Yeah. But, like, they don't want to change it the same way. So, like, that was, like, funny how Stain was like, I'll just take care of them later.
Well, Stain told him he's childish. He's like, nah, you're childish.
Well, you remember how he had, like, both, the Mist Warp guy and Shigaraki, like, cut and pinned, and they both couldn't move because of his quirk. So, basically, like, he could have killed them right there. Yeah. But he was just like, I'll handle these later. Because he was like, oh, the idiots are here. When the Nomus were creating all that destruction, he was like, I'll handle them later.
Yeah, because they're being ignorant.
Yeah.
They really are. And they're letting him be ignorant.
And even the way that, like, Stain, even the way that Stain goes after heroes, he seems like he goes after them one-on-one, like, based off of what Midoriya was saying about what the news says about him. And so when he goes after these heroes one by one, he actually probably changes his mind sometimes while he's fighting the hero. And if he decides that that's a hero that he's like, okay, this person's, like, worried about saving other people or worried about whatever, like, getting them in a one-on-one scenario and when people are close to death really reveals their true motives.
Because maybe he thinks that, he had the wrong, like, perspective or judgment of them. Yeah, because it's true. Because once somebody, like Ida, once somebody is put into a corner, you really get to see their true nature. It really comes out.
Because he was like, and it's like the same thing with like Midoriya. When Midoriya showed up, and he was like, oh, this is your friend? I'm going to have to kill him by default. By default, I'm going to have to kill him too. But then after he saw Midoriya's movements and how he was maneuvering to take him down because he was the villain, and he's just trying to save, and when he showed up and said, I'm here to save you, Ida. And so, like, when Stain saw that, he's like, okay, I'll spare you.
Yeah.
Right.
And he changed his mind against Midoriya because he didn't know anything about Midoriya.
Hero.
Oh. Yeah, you a hero.
He, like, definitely tested him, so.
Midoriya is like, you a villain hero.
Confused, hybrid.
A hybrid, yeah. Villain, hero. Hero, villain.
A heroine.
A
zero.
A Vero to
You wrote.
Oh my god.
I'm dead.
But yeah, anyways, I think we'll wrap up the video there. If you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe down below. Click the bell button so that you don't have to miss any videos. Like the video if you gave a like. Comment down below. You guys' comments are always welcome and loved, and we will be sure to reply to them. Reply to every comment. And also, if you guys want to check out the Patreon, like I said in the beginning of the video, check that out in the description below. And if you haven't seen the My Hero Academia movie, go see it.
Yes,
Find a way to see it somehow. It's super good. And sorry if we spoiled you a little bit.
Yeah, very sorry about that. You guys are probably gonna be a little
It was just so good. We couldn't even. You could see like we can't.
Come
even
here.
help it.
Those of you who are mad, come here. Just bring it in.
Bring it in.
Just bring it in.
We're just gonna hug all y'all to end the video. Are we good?
Are we good?
We good? We good?
All right, cool.
Alright, cool. Alright, cool. Alright, bye guys.
Bye.